Today we are talking about these LED masks. The one I personally have is from CurrentBody. So before we get into the actual content, I just want to give you a general idea of what this video is. If you think my hair is a little bit messy, you are probably right. That's because I'm air drying it, but the looks is not the point of today's video. We are purely just talking about these masks, and if you hear some noise in the background, it's my washing machine. Literally anytime I turn on the camera, there got to be something going on in the house, so ignore that. But today what I want to talk about is not about the science behind it. I'm not an expert, so I don't know. I'm just trusting the science, therefore I got this one, okay? And I also cannot tell you it's effective or not because I have no scientific way to measure the effectiveness. What I'm gonna tell you is just I have been using this for a couple months, maybe 3 or 4, and I've been consistently using it. So today is about the little details about this device that I noticed across these 3 or 4 months that I've been using it, that I have never heard anyone else talking about it. Because every time I hear about these type of masks or when I do my research, everybody is focusing on the effectiveness, like is it effective? Which is I get it, it's the most important thing ever. But my theory is only if you use something consistently can that actually give you some effect. With my past experiences with a lot of the skincare devices, the one thing stopped me from getting results are me stop using them because of the minor inconvenience that the device design has. So I just don't want you to have this great idea in your head and you bought this and you find all of these little details that make you don't want to use this anymore, which I think the little details really do play a big part when it comes to this type of beauty devices. So enough of pre-talking, let's get onto the actual topics, right? 7 points to share. 7 little, not very pleasant details about these super expensive devices. First of all, these straps are not in a very good quality. This thing. This has like all sort of rough edges, rough cut. And once you unbox this product and you start to use it, there's all sorts of like loose threads coming off of this. I just feel like they are not properly finished. You probably at least have to brush this edge to get rid of all of these loose threads, right? And I found myself not like seeing covered by those loose thread would be like a little bit stretched, but it's literally getting everywhere when I just unboxed this, and I found like a little loose thread here and there attached to my face or neck in the first couple uses. So literally this part is not of a very good quality, and you might be disappointed once you receive it because it is a very expensive product. And I don't want anybody to say, oh, like for whatever it is, it's already an affordable price. That could be true, and I don't care, okay? I am just a customer that paid, I don't even know how much, maybe $800, and that is during the sale. By the way, I bought 2, like a face one and a neck one. It's a set for like probably around why is it so dark? Around $800. And if it's not on sale, it's probably close to $1,000, which is not cheap at all for a normal person. And it shouldn't be that poor of a quality, in my opinion. That being said, it's not like these like broke or like, you know, actually is malfunctioning while I was using it. It's just a little detail that made me feel like this is not of a great quality, which, to be honest, that is a whole experience with these. I just don't feel like they are some of like a actual luxury item, even though they are price of a luxury item. The second one is also relevant to these straps. These straps are very, very hard to assemble. For this price, I just feel like it should be a more high-tech system to put it on. You might see this and you might think these are all attached while it arrived. No, it's all like, you can see this part, it's just a loop here and you just assemble it yourself, but by like going through the loops, and you know, it's just magic tape. It's all magic tape, and they give you several little these straps that you don't even know what to do. And I actually till now still have one that I don't know where to put it. I just feel like for this price you can't think of any other smarter way to do this. I understand like everybody has different size of a head and you have to make it like adjustable, but I again think there's way smarter way to do it than give like just random stripes of magic tape and let your customer figure it out. It's literally how it is. You would think, you know, with this thick of a instruction, a guide, they would tell you how to assemble that, right? But no. The biggest reason is this thick is because there is like a numerous amount of languages in this, which I appreciate, right? Like inclusivity, I guess. The part that's about these stripes is just attach the straps, position the device, and adjust the straps if needed. What is it gonna do with all of these a million loose random stripes of magic tape? Like you have to have like such a good imagination to just figure it out by reading this part, attach the strap, adjust as needed. And I have to go to their YouTube channel to see how they attach it, but still in the YouTube channel I don't think they explained it very well. It's more like seeing the final shape and you just imagine how it was put together. Because the stripe, you know, this part is easier to understand, right? But this part, they have like a different length and you have to figure out like how you have like where and how you put it in. And I just found that's like such a stupid and like low effort system from them. Again, for this price, and the washing machine is being dramatic again. Sometimes if you share negative experience with some product, people try to defend it because they love it. I get it, okay? But I again just feel like as a customer, you paid so much money and you are entitled to an easier system than whatever this is. And also, till this day, I don't think this is fully customized to my head shape and size. This fits only because every time when I use this is after I come out of a shower. So I have this towel wrap around my head, so somehow it fits on side, like on top of the towels. If I don't have that, this is all loose. This is all loose. But I'm just not about to adjust it anymore because I feel like it's too much work. The day it arrived is like a little bit hotter weather and I'm literally sweating all night trying to put this together. And even these eye cover little things that is like getting detached, maybe you want to call me stupid, okay? I had a hard time to put this on this mask when I first received this. And my question is just how hard is it if you just have this little eye cover thing that's already a part of this mask? I'm almost 100% sure, okay, they just want to cut cost because probably, you know, molding something like this with this eye cover fully attached is probably gonna add a little bit more cost to, you know, the making of this whole thing. The whole video is just me showing you how many little places they are cutting corners with this price, okay? And enough of the stripes. Let's move on. I guess this one is not like cutting corners, but it's just heavy. I don't know if you have this impression of this type of devices. It's the idea that you can use this anywhere and everywhere, and it doesn't really get in the way of your daily life. You can just live with this on. It doesn't take 10 minutes. By the way, it takes 10 minutes to use it. It doesn't take 10 minutes off of your life. But I find this not true. Like, it could be true for some people if you don't mind to have like a super heavy mask on your face during the 10 minutes, which I find a little bit uncomfortable. Leaves marks on my face after I use it. That's how heavy it is. And I am not someone that gets bruises easily, so I never got bruised from this. But if you are those kind of people, I know this kind of people exist. It's like if you just look at something wrong, you got bruises all over your body and your face, like, and you might sometimes wake up with new bruises that you don't know where you got them from. I know there are people like that, and I can guarantee you this one will not give you bruises, okay? It's very, very heavy. 4. It's a strange little detail is this thing. This is the controller, which I guess maybe also is the battery, because you can use this without connect this to like at this moment I can't think of the word, but you know, the source of electricity that attached on your wall. What are those called? You don't have to attach this to one of those, so you know, it's free to go, so I guess nice. But why is this thing so freaking long? Like, if we don't have to attach this to a source of whatever electricity, why is it so long? I feel like these cords are long for a reason, because let's say for a phone you have to use it while charging it, but this one you don't use it in that way. You charge it and you detach it and then you use it. So why is it so long? Like, you are walking around with this cord dangling around you, and this thing is heavy as well, okay? This itself is not a lightweight mask, and this thing is dragging them down even further. And let me tell you, if you don't adjust this thing perfectly into like according to your head shape and size, this can drag the mask down, that it doesn't fit into the right place if you stand upright. And also I feel like if it's that expensive, they can find a way to have all of this being on the mask. I guess you can attach this onto your clothes like this, but you can see how heavy it is. Like, I don't put it on a shirt because I wear the neck thing, so that means I have attached this on my pants. But the thing is, the pants I wear at home is very loose and very drippy, so these are literally undressing me slowly because how heavy it is. I know I'm being a little dramatic with these little things. I just feel like this whole system needs a little bit more braining. And this is not even the first version. I just feel like there isn't enough of competition of this industry yet. So even if you are interested in this, I feel like you could just wait for a little bit for the market getting a little bit more concentrated, so everybody is competing with each other, so they have to be better. I just feel like now there isn't enough legit brands that are doing this, so they can get away with less thoughts. And I heard that brands sometimes willingly to do this, like it's on purpose, so they could sell you something that's just slightly better the next time. You know, they have something new like coming out every year with just a little bit of improvement. Because if they make it too good on the first try, people won't buy a new one, right? That's my theory with this one, because I don't think with people coming up of this technology, they can't think of any other easier system of this whole thing. This got to be a room for future improvement. A fifth one is another super small little detail that you might find a little bit stupid to point out, but this inner side is so sticky. I guess it makes sense that it, you know, stick to your face a little better so it doesn't slide off easily. But the thing is, it also sticks hair to it like crazy. I will show you a footage of me trying to get a piece of hair off of this thing, and I'm just failing. And this is just one person in this household shedding, right? Imagine if you have a cat, and you know, already having cats or dogs, especially the long hair ones, will have your full house, including you, coated by the hair. Imagine how many hair you are gonna get stuck on that thing. And with human hair, it's like very easy to detect. With pet hair, I don't even know if it's that easy to see what's on there. And they tell you you cannot use skincare when you are using this, because they are afraid that the skincare you use can block the light. And what I'm concerned is if these things are coated with hairs, animal hairs, without you noticing, or even if you notice it and you failed at cleaning a lot of it, and they still use it, will that hair blocking the light for you? Again, this might be thinking too much, but I really think this is a problem. And I just find the only effective way to do this is either bend the mask in another way, or just pinch the material inside, which is not a good idea. I will show you in the next point. And also maybe just take a piece of tape, which again, I don't know if it's gonna damage the mask. It's pretty fragile material. Which comes to my next point, is the inner side, the LED side, scratches so easily. Again, I'm gonna show you a picture. This is after me struggling picking one hair off this mask, and you can see how many marks I left just with my little fingernails, not even going that aggressive. I'm literally just like going like this, okay? And there's all these little marks left on it. Again, I don't know if those are gonna affect the results, the effectiveness of the LED light or not. It's a thing to concern for me. I just feel like it doesn't feel like a very convenient and good quality thing to use. Seventh point is probably a little rich, a little of a stretch as well. This whole video might just be that. My first thought when I received this, other than the other, like, you know, the stripe system or whatever, I just don't feel like this is a very expensive looking, well-made thing. If you don't consider the science behind it, this definitely look like it only worth like maybe $30 a piece, and they are just charging you for the science with like maybe $1,000. I don't know, I could be wrong, okay? This is all just my thoughts. I can see like a little hair there, and I literally cannot get it off, and you can't really see that. The inside is so soft, and the more you try to pick it up, you put more pressure on it, it just dent into the material, and now I get it off by scratching even more. Also, this little cord, it just feels like something that is Do you know those USB charger, something like this? You know, when you're buying something that is a knockoff brand that's cheap off Amazon, and how the cord feels, it's different than the one that you originally got from the brand. Let's say your phone, like the charger you originally got from your phone. This is how I feel. Like this cord feels like one of those knockoff little things, or these little gadgets. It doesn't really have a brand to it, and they will give you a little cord to charge it. And those cords usually feel like it's cheaply made, and these feels like that. And I don't know how to show you, but you see these like rough edges. I again just overall feel like this was not a very expensive looking product. Even though I said 7, I just thought of another one, because this one I really feel like super uncomfortable at the beginning, but now I am a little bit used to it, and also because maybe it's summer, so it's better. But like I mentioned before, you cannot wear any skincare under this. If you know the science behind it and the skincare you are using for sure, you know for sure will not block the light, maybe it's okay. But I'm not about to risk it, right? Because how expensive these masks are and how delicate the inside of the mask is, like I just explained before as well. I don't want to, first of all, risk to have the skincare blocking the light without me noticing. Second of all, I don't want the inner part, the super fragile part, to be soaked with all the skincare that I cannot get out of. You know what I mean? But it is super uncomfortable to have a completely clean skin without any makeup for 10 minutes. Especially if it's in the cold weather. For now, I found it's a little bit better. Like I said, again, it's a warmer weather. My skin is not that stripped from just washing it. But in the winter, it really is very, very uncomfortable if I don't put moisture back in the moment I step out of shower. And that's me having oily skin, you know. So if you are Sahara Desert dry skin, I feel like it's gonna feel like almost torture in the cold, dry winter with 10 minutes without any without any skincare under these masks. And the mask is heavy, so it's denting in your already super tight skin. I imagine that would be so uncomfortable for you. Okay, and that's it. That's all. That's actually all I want to share with you today. I hope this gives you at least a little bit insight of this kind of mask. Again, I'm like only talking about this specific brand. So maybe other brand is a little bit better, but I think this is one of the major brand that people look into. And I imagine the other one probably not that much better than this one, because if so, everybody would have got that one instead of having like this one being the competitor with that brand. But again, I don't know. I'm just sharing my experience based on this one, and I just hope you don't buy things that's so expensive and ended up not using it because of these little details people do not tell you. That's it. That's everything I have to say today. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.